everybody, welcome to Active Self Protection Extra here with the boss lady, with Stephanie, the CEO of Active Self Protection. And today, she's going to give you her inputs and suggestions on the PHLster Enigma as today's Sunday gear review. Big Tech's Ordnance is my go-to source for accessories for all your defensive and competition firearms. They have great holsters with accessories for concealment and ship fast at great prices. I'm a proud customer and recommend them without hesitation. So as always, thanks to Big Techs. They do a great job of sponsoring that stuff. Support them, guys. Go and buy their stuff. I'm a customer too. I buy all their crap. We're here at C2 Tactical in Scottsdale in the 338 Club. And Steph, I really want to talk to you about this because you've actually shifted to using the Enigma no matter what, every day. It's your everyday system.
Right. I think I've said this before, I really don't want to pigeonhole it as like a women's holster solution, but it solves so many everyday issues that women experience more than men. So I think it can be really helpful as an everyday carry just from that perspective.
And I know somebody's going to go, wait a minute, why is Stephanie wearing the kitty ears and John not? I'm testing some new ears. So she's using my other ones because they're the best ears I've ever had, and I'm testing these.
Surprise range trip means being flexible.
Just for fun, right? And we're on a live range. There's rangeovers from us is shooting. So so you're wearing an Enigma right now, but you're in street clothes. Like, so I've said that I use mine in, like, you know, sweatpants. I use it if I'm wearing a suit, which is almost never. But for every day, I'm kind of still doing my everyday, which is a Wilderness tactical belt, a Dark Star Gear Orion holster, and my P30. But you've shifted to it every day.
I did. I hadn't planned on shooting at all coming out here this trip, so I didn't wear any special clothes or bring any special gear. So this is just what I was planning on wearing today anyway. But I like it for a lot of reasons. For one, it's super adjustable. All of the different connections on the chassis gear, these little millimeter adjustments, twisting and torquing and all of that stuff that I don't understand all that well, but I know just moving one screw hole over or down or it's like can make a huge difference.
So show it again, because I think people aren't going to want to, won't necessarily see that. What you see on Stephanie's here is you see the fact that she's on the inside, the closest one. I'm actually on the far outside on mine, but the closer you get in, the more torque you get. And which one of these two holes you get really customizes it, I think, to your body shape.
It's huge, and so that's what I would advise anyone getting it to take some time, put it together any which way actually, and then wear it for a while. Put it tight enough, but maybe not get it all cranked down so that you can't change it. And then you'll start to see, here's where I'm printing. This is the problem. It's the grip, or it's the dot, or it's whatever. And then you can just start changing those holes. They have a great Facebook group as well.
Yeah,
that
really
if you can kind of show them what the problem is, they can kind of advise, try this hole, try that hole. And so I already use a really high quality Dark Star holster before that. Adding the Enigma though was really, it was a level up.
In terms of how you're able to conceal the gun?
Yes, yes.
I think one of the things that I like is you don't really need a wedge because it changes how the gun sits in your body. So it's just one less hot spot to worry about and one less adjustment to make. Yeah,
absolutely. It's, you can get to where, well, I don't know, maybe this is too much. I walked out in just a t-shirt to my husband and said, look, I'm wearing a gun, and they were all surprised. Like, I didn't even have pants on. It was just, I'm wearing a gun with a shirt over the top of it.
I mean,
and it was gone, completely gone.
I don't think we want to hear about your marital life.
I know, it's too much, right? It's too much. But I wanted to show it's not pants dependent at all.
At all.
In fact, I posted that in the Dry Fire group already. So
did you?
It's not a big secret.
Now, you like to wear a belt anyway.
I do, just because I feel like by the end of the day, my pants start to kind of scrunch down and bunch up, and I like to keep them flat. I will say one thing I think you have to be aware of. I'm guessing it's the hardness of the belt against the hardness of the holster against the hardness of the gun. If I have bulk sitting out here, what you're seeing right here is belt. It's not the gun. Any visibility is belt.
And I mean, okay, so Stephanie is a South Dakotan, right?
Yeah.
And in South Dakota, I mean, this is like the thing, right? A flannel and a pair of jeans right now, especially, gets still cold at times. But if you're, let's just say you're a Phoenician and now is shorts weather, now is skirt weather, now is yoga pants weather.
Yeah.
And so it divorces it from your pants.
Completely. And if I'm at home, I'm probably not wearing jeans and a belt. I'm probably wearing yoga pants or shorts or something like that just around the house.
Yeah.
It really doesn't matter. And I think that's one of the things that maybe wouldn't be, we're going to get into too much information here again, but maybe something guys aren't as aware of. Women have to take the pants off to go to the bathroom every single time. It's always coming down.
all the way,
And so
like to the knees.
Yeah, so to be completely divorced from the pants and be able to do that without the gun going anywhere, you already did a pretty significant review. So where there's a leg leash that goes around this. So to use the restroom, I do undo that and move it, but the rest of the holster is able to stay completely there. So when you're in public, you are not having to move your gun, your holster, any of it at all.
I love that.
Yeah, it's fantastic. So you're just taking the pants off, snipping that little clip for the leash, and that's it. Using the restroom, putting everything back, I think that really mitigates a lot of risk that a lot of people are dealing with when they're using the restroom in public in particular. At home, you can put it on the floor if you need to. If it's hooked to your pants, you can take your pants all the way to the floor. But
and here's one I don't think guys think about much, because I always tell guys all the time, for me, I'll just, if I need to use the urinal, I'll just give myself a little bit of flexibility here, slide this over a little bit. Now I've got access, do the thing I need to do, zip, whip, and drip, back to regular life. You needed that, didn't you, in your life?
I did.
Yeah.
At least I'm not the one that went too far this time.
No, you went too far earlier, so we've already gone too far.
We've gone too far.
So, but for a lady, very different.
Yeah, I love it. And I've heard from actually women that have really quality holsters and things have shifted just the wrong way and the gun has come out. And their holsters, you can turn the gun upside down and it does not come out. So it was just bobbled the wrong way. The gun popped out, and that was, I just feel like if you can avoid that risk by not moving it at all, to me, that's totally worth it. So this stays where it is once it's on.
And I know a lot of women say, well, I carry off body because I can't find a way in all my varied outfits, whether it's professional or non-professional, to carry on body.
Right.
Do you feel like that's a good solution?
I think it's a great solution. I mean, assuming your middle is going to be covered up in some way, that's really all you need. You've got just this around the middle, and it's got this belt with it here already, so you don't need...
If your job is bikini model, it's probably not a great way to conceal.
Probably not going to work, but I can't imagine. I think it's a better solution than even any of the other belly band solutions that are out there. I tried to do something like that a lot of different ways for when I did want to wear yoga pants around the house. I mean, it was 2020. I work from home anyway. It doesn't matter. I'm always wearing yoga pants. But I found the gun flopped over consistently and was really visible and really not safe. You always have to add a holster to that solution anyway, because at the very least the trigger guard, I felt like it was way bulkier than promised, flopped way out. This is almost invisible.
And she's wearing a full-size gun, guys. It's not, I mean, that's a full-size blue gun. I mean, she normally carries a VP9 SK, so a little shorter grip is what you normally carry. But that's a full-size gun. That's a full-size P30.
Right.
And so you can do that. Now, how do you find your access to the gun in terms of, can you still get to the gun, or is it harder to get to?
You can, but I think you have to work at it a little bit. So I can, and actually I think there's a plus there. If I'm going somewhere where I should not be carrying a gun, I can loosen this belt and slide it down farther into my pant. Now I lose that grip access, so I'm not going to be able to get it as quick, but it is gone when I do that. There is no visibility there. In fact, if I took this belt off, this belt is all you're seeing here. You're not seeing this gun at all. So I don't have very good access, very fast access, but I still have a gun with me somewhere I probably shouldn't have a gun. And I really, not that I never do that. But
we'd never say to do that.
If I really never wanted anyone to know I was carrying a gun, that's a great solution.
Yeah, you can actually pull your pants up above it, slide that sucker way down.
I mean, you could, so I end up with kind of the grip just right inside that belt line, and it is gone, completely gone. Now, I don't like to carry that way every day because you lose a lot of time.
I want to have access to the gun.
So you can just adjust this tightness and get it up higher around your waist, make sure that that's clear, and get everything kind of straight. And I think you've got great access.
Well, let's watch her shoot it a little bit, shall we? So I think this is an interesting choice. Do you think this would work with professional clothes?
I think so. That's not something I wear a lot of, but really you're not going to lose any ground over what you would have over a traditional carry method, because it's right here, so it's going to be at least as accessible, but I think much better. I think you can wear tighter clothing. A lot of times women in particular with business attire, it's a more fitted shirt. I mean, it's one thing to wear a patterned flannel shirt, that's really easy to hide under, but if I had a solid color of something a little tighter fitting, I know I could mess with this enough to make it gone. And so then carry places that you just normally wouldn't be able to because you'd have a gun visible. So I think it's a great solution.
Man, I really think, I've said this, I think that the Enigma is a game changer in the way people carry a firearm.
I really do. And not just because it makes, everybody's like, well, it's the yoga pants solution or whatever. And it is kind of, but when you add it to what is already a good holster and you get so much more adjustability, and concealed carry is this game of millimeters.
It's this game of little
millimeters
tweaky
can
stuff.
make a huge difference, and this offers so many. So, and I guess that would, if I gave anybody advice for trying it out, that's what it would be, to be prepared to be investing some time to figure out the best way that it works. Don't sit down and imagine you're going to throw it together in 15 minutes and have a solution. You'll be well on your way to a solution. I could have done that and worn it just fine, but to get it gone and invisible and comfortable, so the leg leash takes a little bit of time to figure out, this is too tight, this is too loose, this is tickling the back of my leg or whatever. So it takes time, but I think it's time well invested because it solves a lot of problems. I think it mitigates a ton of risk.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, guys, I think these are some of the things that me, as a guy living in America, I don't think about. So, Steph, I really appreciate you giving us some insight.
Thanks for having me.